All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so let's look at the charts for Zion Oil and Gas. All right, so it's kind of been boring lately in the last 2 weeks here of Zion Oil and Gas. Maybe the last month has been kind of boring since we had this big uprise. It looks like the chart is resting for the last month. What price? What was it? May 7th here, and about to be in June 7th this weekend. So since this move here, we've been absolutely resting from this move here. So a whole month of rest. So it looks like next week is going to be decision week for Zion Oil and Gas. So don't worry about this. And it looks like a nice sell signals, a little weak sell signals coming in, but we're in the pattern here and drew the lines there from the top down. We had the wick there, okay, down, and then we had this line from all the way back here. So we've been on a nice little rise since 13 cents. So are we ready to go back this way and give some back? Maybe come back down to 20 cents or 18 cents area right in here where support is. Maybe we come back here again and hang around that 20 cents area. Or are we ready to make a move higher? Right, to 50 cents to $1. All right, so all going to depend on if we get some news here. Okay, so news can dictate where we go here. If we get some good news about drilling in Israel and what's going on with the rigs that were bought and they were supposed to be in Israel by now and drilling and all that stuff, we haven't had any news about that. So if they can put out some news, somebody says here they're holding $27,000 worth of Zion Oil and Gas, and they're looking to hold at $50,000 as their goal. So if we go up here, then I think that goal is going to get a lot harder. But if we come back here then and get back to 20 area, then that goal becomes a lot easier, right? So the lower we go, the easier to accumulate to get to your goal. Well, I mean, the dollar amount's going to still be the dollar amount, but I'm not sure if he means that he has $27,000 worth of Zion and gas, or he has 27,000 Zion and gas. I'm thinking he means he has 27,000 shares. So, because I don't see a dollar sign on there, so maybe he has 27,000 shares of Zion Oil and Gas, and he wants 50,000 shares. Okay, so I know I'm in the $10,000 club. Okay, so I'm in not $10,000, but I'm in the 10,000 share club. Excuse me. So 10,000 share club or higher, I'm in that club, and yeah. So I'm gonna actually grab some Zion and gas and get myself in the 15,000 share club today. Okay, so we're in after hours right now, and it's 5:55, and maybe Zion and gas makes a move here to 29 tomorrow, 30. I don't know. Okay, but it's sitting in this pattern, and is it ready to break this pattern and start heading up to $1? Somebody had a dream that it went to $1.30, $1.40. So it's got to be based on news, though, right? It's going to be based on news. This information was based on news as well. There's no more debt. They announced that they had no more debt. Okay, and also they got the rigs and things like that, so that made it go higher. We're looking for that next leg up. Okay, so you see here, you can actually do here. This was nice little wave one here, so you can go wave one from this reversal doji, wave one back to two, okay, and then three, and then maybe four, and then maybe a wave five is coming. I don't know. Okay. You could do it that way, or you could just make this a one big one, and then two here, and then three's coming. If that's the case, then three's going to be huge, right? Three's going to go from 20 cents to $1.30, $1.40. So we'll see. We'll see if a wave three is coming here on this one, then we're going higher. That means the stock market might be going to down. Well, it doesn't really matter because the Dow's been going up and we ain't been doing nothing. So we are correlating on the Dow if the Dow tanks, right? So that's pretty weird, isn't it? When the Dow tanks, we go down with it most sometimes. Sometimes we used to go up with the Dow tanking because I guess it all depends on oil, but oil was tanking with the Dow, right? So oil was tanking with the Dow last time. So oil's been steadily going up this time. So I'm surprised that we're not up to like 50 cents, 60, 70 cents, challenging that dollar range as oil's been coming up lately here. So we'll see how this one plays out. I'm going to grab some more here and be part of the 15,000 share club and continue to accumulate, especially if it comes down here. I'm going to accumulate a lot more down here and just wait it out. But if it comes up here, it's going to be a lot harder to accumulate, of course. So I'm just going to buy some here and just wait it out, see how it plays out. Get in that 15,000 share club. And for those that are in the 15,000 share club on Zion and Gas, welcome me in with good graces, please. Okay. And let me check the Dow here. And because the Dow, we might struggle in the morning on the Dow, and then Donald Trump and the feds could literally say, nah, bruh, we're not going down. I already see the charts. I see what you guys are doing. And you guys want to stop it there at 27. I'm asking for $1 trillion. Okay, so I just watched Greg M's video, and he said Donald Trump is asking for another $1 trillion to throw it in, to just more spending out of thin air. It's pretty interesting because this is something that that Louise Vogel Sharp said that that God would stop, and not only has God not stopped it, He's allowed it to go even beyond our belief. So I don't know when it's going to end, but at some point it will end. But I don't know when. Okay, so Donald Trump continues to pump the debt. Jerome Powell and the Feds continue to pump the debt. They're pumping it like they've never pumped before. And when will it stop? Maybe when when dinar revalues. I don't know. Okay. Because when the dinar revalues, this market is going like this, going straight down because money is going to move into the dinar and the Vietnamese dong and other currencies, foreign currencies that might revalue next. Okay, so if you're down and because the stock market keeps going up and you shorting and whatever, well, the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar would make you happy instantly. So so no, I don't think you should worry about it. Yeah, tomorrow we'll see to what happens tomorrow. This is a rest candle here, so we actually turned it green, so that's a good sign. So a bull move with a rest candle, that's usually a bull break here. So that's Friday could be a really, really bull day. We could come down on Friday here and then absolutely go crazy here to 27,000 and put on about 800 points tomorrow. And imagine if we do that, but then bad news comes out, like China pulls out of the trade deal or something else happens, and then we come all the way back down to here, giving us a shooting star. That will then turn bearish, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I'm gonna be watching this closely. You know what I mean? If we break out of here, it's gonna be hard not to sell my positions and take my cash and run, right? And just sit on the sideline with cash and wait. But imagine if it came all the way back down with a massive announcement, and there was some type of massive announcement that happened. Maybe Joe Biden finally makes an announcement that he's leaving for some reason, or China pulls out of the trade deal, or China announces a new virus, or something like that could happen tomorrow. Who knows? Full moon, I guess tomorrow. We don't know. Could this be a move up here and a fake out move? So everybody who sells here gets faked out, and we come down here and we get a shooting star. Could I be one of the people faked out tomorrow, or could it come up here tomorrow and then and stay up here and then continue higher on Monday, and I'll be happy that I sold my position? So this is going to be really tricky tomorrow to see how this plays out. But I have a feeling tomorrow we'll probably start off a little weak and maybe mix a little bit, and then they're gonna crank up the printing money tomorrow, in my opinion, and print this thing because look, we are overbought. We are extremely overbought here. So make people believe that this thing is just gonna continue to the moon and never stop. and then maybe the bad news happens, and then it comes down here, or maybe there is no news, and we continue higher. You know who will be happy? Kevin, if you're watching the video, man, you're gonna be very, very happy, and I'm gonna be happy for you. If this thing just absolutely goes back to 30,000 for you, I will be happy for you and all the people who played the positions of bulls, and then we'll see what happens from there. At some point, the markets are going to turn back down and go back to 18,000, 15,000 range, 20,000 range, because that's where we're supposed to see the Iraqi dinar evaluation. So at some point, we got to get back to 20,000. So we got to, but I want to make sure the 365 crew makes money here. So for those that are playing at bulls, that are bulls right now, congratulations on the move higher. And hey, if it goes to 30,000, good for you guys. Hope you guys made a bunch of money, and then we'll see what happens from there. If it stops here, then play accordingly. If it does stop here, and this is the end of the shoulder. So this is the end of the shoulder right there. So if we go higher than this and close above 27, I mean not 27, but yeah, but let's just put it 27,000, because that's the actual top of the shoulder when we were looking at the 5-year chart. Okay, that's the top of the shoulder right there where I'm at, 27,000. So the right shoulder, the left shoulder, and now we're putting in the right shoulder. So the left shoulder top was 27,000, and that should be the top of the right shoulder. But let's see what happens. Okay, this is going to be very, very, very interesting. Now let me see what's going on here. All right, so is that it? Yeah, there it is right there. So this is what he's talking. This is what Greg's talking. I mean, not Greg, but Christian Pierre is talking about. Here is the shoulder. Okay, because we had that dip there, and we went lower. So here's the shoulder. Here's the left shoulder. Here's the head. Okay, and we came back down, and now we're putting in that other shoulder. So guess what? We cannot go above this line. We cannot go above 27,000. That's 27,000 what? It says 26,951. So we didn't even hit 27,000. Okay, but so 27,000 needs a hold, basically. Okay, so we're gonna have a good tomorrow. Looks like it's gonna be an absolute monster day up to this line here. You can see that when we ended this shoulder, when the top of this shoulder came in, it also had a shooting star. Okay, if you guys can see that, right? You can see that long wick there. So you can see it had a shooting star. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Could it be the end of this shoulder tomorrow? And then we come in and we turn it around here and we put that shoulder back, and we have to go back down. So here's the line. You can draw your line. I don't want to really draw a line because I'm going to mess up my own charts, but you can draw your line. It's a declining line here, and this is the neckline. So the neckline is going down this way. So we have to return to the neckline. So this one hit the neckline there. So you can draw it from here. It went back to the neckline. The head went back to the neckline, because if you draw it straight down, it went right back to that neckline. So if you had this thing drawn, which I'll draw it now because it's getting okay. So if you had this thing drawn, I don't even think that is yeah, it's not proper. Let's move that out the way, because this one doesn't. This one shouldn't even be involved. So it should be this one, I think. That one is even. That one we went all the way down here. So let me just put it here, and I'll adjust it. And I'll adjust it in a second. All right, so I'm putting it there. It might be this one instead. Okay, there we go. All right, so put it up there. So there you go. All right. So there's the neck, the declining neckline, and let's see here. So you put that there. So you got the declining neckline here. So you make it. Oh my goodness! Hold on, guys. Okay. So okay. So you got your move here to the neckline. You got that's your shoulder, and then you got your shoulder over there. You got your head, excuse me, over here, and then you're coming up to at here, 27,000, okay, area to complete that neckline. That's a nice little move from here. We're at 26,281. So tomorrow could be a big rush to 27,000, and then we'll pull back to this area right in here underneath that moving average. We don't want to stay, because if we close above that moving average, that's bullish. So we want to go up above the moving average, somewhere in this area right in here, and then come back and pull down underneath that moving average, giving us a bearish candle shooting star. And if we see that, then we know that we are at the end of the uptrend. If we don't see that tomorrow, then the Bulls are still in full control, and the Bears are about to get ousted, and we're going to 29,000. Of course, unless bad news happens, it always, bad news trumps everything. So we have to we have to understand that bad news trumps everything. So good news. If we don't hear any news, then I'm not sure what's going on with this charts here, man. Let me put the chart back and put a day one there. Yeah, it's still not coming back. So I'm not sure what I did with the charts. Yeah, I messed up. I messed these charts up, man. It's just it sucks. Anyways, I'll fix it. That's all I have. Tata looks like it's about to come back. It needs more rest though. We're hanging in there. It needs a little bit more rest. Looks like we're gonna put a lower high here, and then a lower high, higher low, maybe then a higher high, and then maybe get going again. So yeah, we're way down here. So this isn't really, that's when you buy, right? Down here, you don't buy up here, right? You buy that. Well, if you bought up here, you actually did well. You continuation, right? Even right here, you went all the way up. So sometimes, but buying here is a lot safer than buying up here. But whatever, it is what it is. So we're way down here, and let's see if we can get that lower high, higher low, higher high, and start making some higher lows, higher highs here. All right. Peace out. God bless. And let's see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be a key day. Bye. Eyes open.